Boring.
Magic brings forth your inner child, a sense of wonder, the impossible becoming possible, creatures you would never imagine, spell names you couldn't even dream of pronouncing.
Boring.
But as the years go by, the genre becomes more and more stale. Your expectations grow, you desire better, bigger, larger, but none of that becomes true. And magic suddenly becomes boring. The same old shtick about power of friendship, the same old fire spell that doesn't distinguish itself in any regard. It all starts to blend together. Until now. Fairy Tail offers a traditional magic with a traditional protagonist. Black Clover offers a different kind of magic, but still with a traditional protagonist. Witch Hat Atelier offers the explanation type of magic, but with a geeky, enigmatic protagonist. And if that's your cup of tea, good on you. Keep reading. But none of those satiate the one desire that I've always wished to have in a magic fantasy: the thrill of the hunt. If your manga operates on a hard magic basis, it often loses all individuality and identity that the power holds, becoming just a tool to fight with, an extension of the arm. But in Ichi the Witch, magic is sentient, and that allows room for identity. While their attributes define their personality, like in most soft magic series, it is in the trials unique to every single magic that they separate themselves from just another obstacle. Instead of being born talented or having the genes of a god family as your background, your powers as a witch are fully determined by the trials that you come to conquer, which is a showcase of your spirit, your wits, your grit, and your integrity. Some will be better than others, creating a natural hierarchy, but there is no such thing as a prodigy. Or is there? In comes Ichi, the boy witch. You'd think such a statement is contradictory, as the series opens up by claiming that only women can become witches, but in a happenstance so or fate at its finest, Ichi gains all the requirements necessary to become an official witch. Taming the one and only magic, Uroro, that no woman could ever defeat, he would become the first male witch in human history. What is his magic? It doesn't really matter. And that's exactly what makes Ichi the Witch such a refreshing take on the magic genre. For once, the main character isn't defined by their power, because what Ichi is defined by is his rulebook of life, the laws of nature. Raised in the woods, a kill or be killed mentality. There's no academic scholarship, no moral compass from a parent. In psychology, one like this is called a feral child. There's no future, there's no past, there only exists the present and the thrill of the hunt. Hunt to live another day turns into a hunt to seek out all the interesting magic the world has to offer. Some of the first magics Ichi catches are not with his newfound power, but tamed by his skills from being raised by the wilderness. And it's exactly this that also makes the prodigy narrative fit like a glove. When met with a premonition and an eventual fate, your character has many options, but the two most usual ones are:
you shall be the hero who defeats the Devil King. The gods shall grant you any wish your heart desires.
I've simplified, obviously, but these narratives can get really stale. But because Ichi is so bound by the laws of nature, when told with 100% guarantee from the prophecy magic that you are going to die in order to rid the world's biggest evil, there's no fear, there's no scare, there's no rejection. Because when it's death for death, death has no size. One of my favorite lines in all of One Piece is Dracula Mihawk telling Roronoa Zoro, And that's etiquette. That's swordsmanship. That's pride and societal function. To not bully the weak, to not prey on those below you. And Ichi represents everything opposite to that. This manga could be a one-man show and it'd be some of the best writing currently out there. But like all series comes the side cast. The series is 99% women by design, and a poorly expertised mangaka could easily build a harem with this, making the narrative insufferable, making the character interactions awful, and probably ending in the series getting axed. But since the author and its artist are both veterans of gigantic magnitude, one coming from the ever so successful Mairimashita Iruma-kun, while the other a tragic sudden ending to what could have been a one-of-a-kind series in Act Age, these two mean business. Descaras the Abyssal Witch picks up the Nugent torch, a favorite sensei figure with a lovely personality, one-of-a-kind strength to match, and a complete disregard for anything in the world except her best friend and rival Toge Ice and a wine. Takes the role of the one and only potential love interest, which at first made my eyes roll.
Oh shit, here we go again.
But as the series progressed, their screen time developed, and her powers were revealed, I started to like it more and more. One of the most common complaints from the animanga audience is that shonen heroines often stand on the sidelines, screaming the protagonist's name without actually doing anything. And Kumagi is not the fighter type. Her powers lie in analysis, journalism, and reporting to the main headquarters, which makes for a really natural reason for her to be on the sidelines. It also means she will partake in essentially every mission, which just means that she'll never be sidelined and always given proper screen time to develop both her own character and her plausible relationship with Ichi. Like, seriously. And I can't go without mentioning the magics, well, at least the most important one that Ichi has come to tame so far. Uroro, once known as the terrifying King Magic, defeated by nobody, devolves down to a literal mascot ready to be sold at the nearest store in Shibuya, while also having his own bickering moments with Descaras for their decade-long past. The paneling is exceptional thanks to the artistic intelligence of Shiro Uzazaki. The comedic interactions written by Osamu Nishi between Ichi and the gang are not just hilarious, but incredibly up-to-date for its medieval-esque setting, and the character writing 20 chapters in, thanks to the combination of this dream duo, has been absolutely exceptional and a treat to witness.